Preparations are underway for a big event on the SMU campus.
It is tomorrow's dedication of the George W. Bush Presidential Center, and Adrian is live with more.
Well, good morning. Just about 24 hours away now from the dedication of the Bush Center, and security is tight here at the SMU campus. Here to talk about this with us is Tony Fratto, Deputy Press Secretary for the Bush administration. Good morning. How are you? How exciting is it to be here?
It's really exciting. We're excited to be here celebrating this with the president. I think a lot of us are excited to be seeing each other, too. I think for a lot of us who worked, 4 or 8 years in the Bush administration, it's a bit of a reunion for us also, and a great occasion for it.
So you had millions of documents and artifacts inside the museum and library here. A lot of this is about trying to gain insight into how the White House worked during the Bush administration, how decisions were made. Can you give us some insight into how decisions were made and what was prioritized?
Yeah, look, I think we're going to get that opportunity here. I think researchers and historians will have a chance to come here and see how those decisions were made. And a lot of us sat around the room in the Roosevelt Room and the conference tables in the Oval Office. There's a replica of the Oval Office here, and a lot of those decisions were made in the Oval Office, so people will be able to see that, look through the all of the artifacts and historical works of the administration, and get some insight into that.
The public has their own view. Everyone has an opinion about President Bush and his administration, his legacy. What can you talk to us a little bit about what he was like to work with as a person, kind of on an individual basis, a little bit about his personality, some of the inner workings and the inside about him as a man, and I guess as your boss.
It was a great boss to have, a really wonderful boss. I mean, he was always, challenged you to give him, really direct and the best information that you can give him. I think most of what I saw, I came from the Treasury Department and was in the White House for the last 3 years of the administration, and I had a chance to work with him every day and see how he made decisions, how inquisitive he was about the kinds of things that were going on in the country that we were working on, and just an incredible attention to detail was really impressive.
Is there anything surprising about him when you first started working with him? Were you like, oh, I didn't kind of know he was this kind of guy?
Well, he was so much fun to work with. I mean, he always was quick with a great funny line, and even in some of the most intense times. But I think it was a challenging time for the White House and for the president. And I think what was really memorable for a lot of us was, how many times he told us not to worry about what the critics were saying, not to worry about those kinds of things, just worry about trying to get policy right, just trying to make the right decisions and do what's best for the country. And that was very humbling, and those were lessons I think that a lot of us have taken with us from the White House, that's the best way to be as people.
And you're part of this team, so obviously this is kind of part of you, this whole this institute and this museum, this library. Looking back, you have the wars, and then of course you had the economic crisis. What do you think President Bush's legacy is going to be?
I think the most lasting legacy is on his commitment to things like freedom, like education, the work he did on global health and helping to improve standards of living around the world, not just the United States, but around the world. Those initiatives that were started in the Bush administration, they continue today. They're going to continue to be the focus of the Bush Institute, and that's something that all of us are very proud of.
All right, and hard-hitting question here. We know he was fond of nicknames. Did he have one for you?
I was Frats.
Yes. All right, Tony Fratto, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And we're going to have much more on the dedication of the Bush Center here throughout the morning here on Good Day. Guys, back to you in the studio.